Hello friends, good morning everyone. I am Jacqueline Sjctnc, Assistant Professor of English, St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. Today I am going to present the summary of the essay Shooting an Elephant. Shooting an Elephant is an essay written by George Orwell. It comes under the genre essay. It's published in the year 1936. The themes presented in the story are imperialism, colonial discourses, representation, identity politics, white man's burden, mimicry. Eric Arthur Blair, also known as George Orwell, was born at Midnapore on 25th June 1903. His father was a colonel in British Indian Army. He got his education at Eton. After he completes his graduation, he joined as a commissioned officer in Indian Imperial Police. He was posted in Burma as an assistant superintendent of police. He resigned in 1927 and decided to become a writer. Let us see why the writer resigned his job. He resigned because he could not tolerate the imperial tendency of England. In 1928, he moved to Paris. Then he started writing the book. His first book was Down and Out in Paris and London. It was published in 1933. And this writer, he wrote the book under the pen name George Orwell. We can see the cultural significance of the story. It places humanity, violence, politics, power, dominance, race, and culture on the same platform. The writer, he was alienated as a white man working for the British Imperial Police in Burma. Here, the elephant is a symbol of the imperial power. It was against the inhumanity and cruelty of imperialism. George Orwell, as a British officer, is compelled to represent the savage British stereotype. Here, culture identity locks individuals into roles that challenge individuals to act in a certain way. The story was set in a town in southern Burma during the colonial period. In the 19th century, Burma was a sovereign kingdom. After 3 wars between the British forces and the Burmese, the country fell under British control. Burma gained its independence in January 1948. The writer, when he was working as a British officer, he was staying in Maine and he was invited to kill an elephant reportedly gone mad. But Orwell visited the place. He found that the report was fabricated and false. He did not like to kill the elephant because it would be a destruction of a huge resource. But the native people wanted him to be heroic. As a first person narrator, the writer narrated the story. How he was compelled to kill the elephant against his conscience, just not to be leveled coward. Otherwise, he was considered to be a coward. As an officer, he was supposed to oblige the request of the people and save them from such a danger. So he started towards the place of occurrence along with the messengers. When he reached the spot, he saw a huge elephant grazing in the paddy field without having any concern for the people of the locality. The elephant appeared quite normal. It was not deserved to be killed. It was not a wild elephant. It was a domesticated elephant of the local trader. Nearly 2000 Burmese people gathered there to watch the fun of killing the elephant. They wanted to share the elephant's flesh also. They insisted George Orwell to kill the elephant instantly. They wanted to enjoy the fun, how the elephant is killed. At the same time, they wanted to take the remains of the dead elephant also. And here, Orwell is compelled to kill the elephant. He felt that a Sahib had to act like a Sahib. So he borrowed a rifle from his friend. He felt that his personal one, an old 44 Winchester, would be quite small to kill an elephant. That elephant was spotted grazing peacefully in the muddy paddy field. He realized the danger of approaching the elephant. The soil was muddy and slippery. He realized if he fails, he would be trampled, and the natives would laugh in seeing his grinning corpse. He aimed straight at the elephant's ear hole as it was sidewards on, but he did not hear the bang of the rifle when he pulled the trigger. But he was able to hear the devilish roar of glee that went up from the crowd. The writer again and again shot, aiming at the same spot. But the poor elephant did not collapse, but climbed with desperate slowness to his feet and stood weakly upright, with legs sagging and head drooping. Now Orwell fired a third shot, and then down he came with a crash that had shaken the ground. He felt very sorry in seeing the large beast, powerless to move and yet powerless to die. He fired his remaining two shots, but nothing happened. The thick blood welled out of him like red velvet, and the entire muddy ground became red. The writer could not see the horrible scene. At every shot, the body of the elephant shook, but none of the shots could kill the elephant. Now the writer found it unbearable to see the elephant in such a condition. He left the place with a grievous soul. A sense of guilt and helplessness overpowered him. Now the writer describes how the European opinion was divided. The older people said that Orwell was right, whereas the younger people said that it was a damn shame to shoot an elephant for killing a coolie. But anyhow, he had done it solely to avoid looking a fool. He surrendered to the unholy desire of the mob just to keep the image of a demigod unmaligned. Let's see the symbols prescribed by the writer. The policeman is a symbol of Burmese society. The tortured body shows the image of the naked, scarred buttocks of a prisoner, which represents the power structure dominant in the geographical domain referred to. The elephant, which is a rampaging elephant, it's a symbol of Burmese society, which is uncontrollable, violent, making itself known by jeers and humiliation. The crowd reflects the eyes of a Burmese society, closely observing their colonizers. The act of shooting the elephant is an allegory for the British colonial project in Burma. Orwell's psychological dilemma before killing the elephant represents the guilt of attempting to command over an entire culture and society. Thank you.